I will be discussing two books today. The first is Shaking the Family Tree by Dr. William B. Berman, Dr. Dale R. Doty, and Jean Huff Graham. The other book is Marriage Personalities by David Field. Marriage Personalities is currently out of print, but Amazon still has copies available. Both of these books will help you examine your marriages and parenting styles and how to find solutions depending upon what categories you fall under. In Shaking the Family Tree, generational curses are discussed by charting the past and finding those curses in order to break the cycle. Family styles are mentioned here, which are chaotic, rigid, cohesion, disengaged, enmeshed, and balanced. There are also several combinations of each. There are quizzes included for family adaptability and togetherness, and quizzes for marriage adaptability and togetherness to help you gauge where your family and marriages are currently. There are also boundaries mentioned that help you understand what healthy and unhealthy boundaries are. There are also stages of learning, writing the rules and consequences for your family. I'm finding in reading these two books together that a lot of confusion can occur when there's not clear leadership in a home and understanding of rules and consequences. One element that I learned early on in my parenting from Dr. James Dobson is that consistency is key. If there's inconsistency in your discipline, then children won't learn right from wrong and may feel as though the parent or parents don't care. If a child feels a lack of care from one or both parents, they will seek it elsewhere. It is vital to keep up the hard work day in and day out, or chances are rebellion will be inevitable. Marriage Personalities helps in understanding your marriage personality and how it affects your marriage and parenting. If you're in constant conflict with your spouse, this will help you understand better why and how to manage the differences so that you can have a successful marriage. There are characteristics for a healthy marriage mentioned. They are time together, spiritual emphasis, negotiating ability, maturity, play and humor, intimacy, and commitment. The following marriage personalities and their percentages may have changed since this book was published, but I included them to give you an idea at the time that they were written what marriages represented. The most common marriage was active-passive marriage, which was 28%. Active-resistant marriages were 24%. The helper-helpy marriage was 8%. Macho marriage was 12%. Kids marriage 5%. Pretense marriage was 3%. Last is active-active marriage, which was 20%. The book goes into detail with what each one represents on behalf of each spouse, what their parenting style is, strengths, and weaknesses. There are also recommendations on how to improve each one so that you can help each other achieve a better marriage and family. Included is also a marital assessment to help you gauge where your marriage is at. What I love about these books is that they take into consideration how you were raised and how that affects your marriage and family. What motivated my husband and I in the early years of dating is coming to certain understandings before we were married. We began early on in deciding to homeschool. I grew up in a public school background. My husband grew up with a Christian school background, and that ended with a public school background in his high school years. But with the last name Hull, we knew bullying was going to be a daily occurrence. And with the direction they were leading young children in curriculums, we felt the need to be the authority in this area for our children. I understand that not everyone has this calling, and I'm not here to judge. But these are the things that should be discussed before marriage so that you are both on the same page. Marriage is hard enough if you're not in agreement and on these important decisions. It can really cause more damage if not taken seriously early on in the relationship. Once again, I hope that you would increase your personal library with these vital resources. So many women out there complain about their disconnection with their husbands or important decisions that are popping up a month or 2 months before the wedding. Please begin your journey before that wedding and educate yourselves. Spend one night a week with each other reading books on marriage and parenting that can help prevent these issues popping up and creating havoc in what should be a beautiful experience. These make great gifts as well for wedding gifts, birthdays, and anniversaries. We need to take a more active role in educating our married and pre-married couples. Or maybe you're an older married couple. These resources can help you no matter what stage of marriage you are in. This week, I hope that either one or both of these books will find a way into your home library or into someone else's home that can use these resources.